Welcome to episode 17 of my Kingdom Hearts Proud Mode walkthrough. Today we're going to be knocking out the Hercules Cup together. The first round of the Hercules Cup, Seed 10, has you facing off against 5 gargoyles and 3 shadows. I'm going to start off here with a blizzard or 2. Anytime I have enemies clustered up, I'm going to try to use a blizzard to take out most of them. Blizzard is, in my opinion, the best spell to take into any AoE battle inside the Colosseum. Sometimes Thunder is useful, but I find Blizzard to just be a lot better for me. Thunder gives you a lot more leeway to mess up, though, so it's totally okay to take Thunder in, or you could take both. On my hotbar, I keep Cure, Arrow, and Blizzard ready to go, and that's how I do it. I just use my Blizzard for my AoE damage, and then I make sure I have my defensive spells on there. Specifically, I want my defensive spells on there for the final bosses. I'm not too worried about the adds and defensive spells, and I'll probably very rarely, if ever, use Arrow. So, in the second round, I just used a couple Blizzards to take everything out. The third round here has a pirate, or a battleship, and 4 pirates. I'm going to try to ignore the 4 pirates, and I just want to take out this battleship. I can hit its guns on the side of the ship. Generally, when you break a gun on the side of the ship, it flies up or flies away, which can trigger a kind of artillery shot from the other cannon, or it can trigger where the ship will fly across the room and drop bombs underneath it, which is a really easy move to avoid. At this point, I'm not too worried about taking out these enemies quickly because we're not on time trial, so I'm saving my mana instead of just spamming a blizzard or 2 out to take them out. In the next round, the Stray Phantom round, I'm going to use Blizzard right away. I'm going to use quite a few of them. And this is going to be 4 gargoyles and 3 of the mummies. And you'll see I just kind of spam out a bunch of Blizzards to kind of take out half the pack, hit it, do a couple more hits, and everything's over. So even on Proud Mode, I mean, this is super easy. The next round is the easiest round, which is a Rare Truffle. If you don't know, a Rare Truffle can be juggled to get XP. If you keep it in the air up to 100 hits, you'll get a bunch of XP. You'll get 5,050 XP for doing it. I just come in here and I hit it. I'm horrible at juggling those things. I just come in here, I hit it. I try to get a little bit of XP if I can, but generally it falls after a couple of hits for me. Now here's an important round, Cloud. So Cloud, there are basically a couple different ways that you can fight him. The first way is when he's doing the charge move that you see right now, you do 2 blocks against that, and he'll be stunned. Alternatively, he can do a charge move, and then he can jump up in the air and slam on the ground. To avoid the slam on the ground, you need to dodge out of the way, like right when he hits the ground. Otherwise, it's going to hit you. So you can see just a second ago, I blocked 2 of his charges, and that stunned him. I found out the key to Cloud. I actually find Cloud to be a lot easier without Donald and Goofy, because they take up time that you could be using blocking him. Like right here, he's not even going to come for me, which I could use to attack him. If you dodge roll away from his jump, you can get back in and get a couple of hits in, but the second he starts fighting back, you need to get out of there. So blocking his charge ability. I've basically found that blocking way earlier than I think I need to block is essential. If you don't end up dodging that dive ability and you dive back in trying to hit him, it's too late. You're not going to be able to do any damage to him. So block here. Like, I try to block the second that I hear the sound, and it seems early, but that's when you need to block. So right here, I'm just blocking in case he comes towards me, even though I know he won't. And I'm just waiting till I can get a couple hits in at the end. So again here, Goofy's just wasting my time.
That's the best you can do? That's the best you can do?
So you can see I got only 1 block off there. And this was when I was still learning the timing to block. You'll see I still beat Cloud, but it took me quite a bit to get the timing down on his abilities. So right there, I finally got 2 blocks off on him, which allows me to get 1 ground combo off. If you have combo extender on, you can get like 1 or 2 more hits off depending on how many combo extenders you have. But basically, you get 1 combo off, and the second your finisher goes off, it's over for you as far as getting damage in. So right there, I was able to block the ability he has where he dives on top of me. It's not something that I'm able to do very often, but it is nice. Additionally, throughout this fight, you've seen me block some of his just forward attacks. That is another option, but it is a lot less reliable than just blocking this. And you can see I'm blocking a lot earlier than I was previously, and that enabled me to actually get him to be blocked. And that dive ability just gets me every time. I also know that I don't have to worry about items after this, because the Hercules fight is way easier than the Cloud fight. So I'm using all of my items here on Cloud because I'm not worried about when I get to Hercules later. And you can see I'm horrible at that dodging out of the way. But right there, I was able to deflect an ability off of him. And what I don't want to do right here is get carried away. I know he's almost dead, and I just need to pay attention to blocking some of his abilities to get that damage out. I don't want to get eager and die, and that's why I don't charge in. Kingdom Hearts is really like learning the abilities, and the patience can really be key. So I finally get Cloud off balance again, and now he's down to 1 little health, and right here I got kind of eager and I just dove in and hit him, and it worked out for me, but it could have easily ended with him blocking that ability and attacking me. And we get the Metal Chocobo Keyblade, which is the most, I would say, the most horribly treated Keyblade in the game. So in this next round, we're just going to go back to hitting the enemies. I want to build my mana back up before the Hercules fight. So I'm going to do everything I can to not use mana. The only time I'm going to use mana is if I need to cure myself. But these pirates, they throw a little ball out, or sorry, the gargoyles throw a little ball out. And as long as you're jumping and hitting the gargoyle, you'll be fine to avoid those attacks. The pirates can be a little bit dangerous, but they're less dangerous than they were on Captain Hook's ship. On Captain Hook's ship, the pirates really are, like when you first get there, if you're under-leveled, they're really strong, but you're starting to level out at this point. So now we're going into the second to last round, which is going to be against the Flying Pirates. I'd say this round is kind of scary. You can use gravity on the ships to take them out quickly if you want to, but I don't have the mana that I want to spare. Because though I find Hercules is easier than Cloud, I still want to have the ability to like put Arrow on and protect myself against some of his stronger attacks. So the first thing you should be worrying about taking out here are the ships. You can see I kind of spent some time on the pirates earlier, and that was a mistake. Sometimes you just get hyper-focused or distracted. And right there, I'm just too close to the cannon when it's firing off. I really should have paid attention there. Like, health and magic is such a valuable resource at this moment that I really don't want to be wasting any health. Now, if you brought more items with you or stronger items than I did, you might not be in this situation. If you bring in Elixir, maybe a Mega Ether than I did, you won't have any problem with this section of the contest. So, again, I could just spam this dude with magic like Thunder, but I want to wait till he comes down, beat him up, get a little bit more magic back, and then I end up wasting a magic bar because I get hit by his charge. But we finally take him out, and now we're going into the final battle of the Hercules Cup. And you'll fight this battle alone, whether you're solo or not, which is great for when you do it solo, because you know that you're already going to fight the final boss solo. Hercules is pretty straightforward. Don't lock onto him. That's the first key until you get rid of his god mode. So the first thing, see, I'm locked onto him, I can't get a barrel. Then I unlock on him, I'm able to get a barrel, and I just throw it at him. And once you throw a barrel at him, that's when you can actually start doing damage to him. And really, some nice short jumps with air combos are great. The second he gets his god mode back, you got to get out of there. He always does an AoE ability. It's either an AoE slam, or he does this little, like, power-up Goku power-up move. So right here, I mean, I got super saved right there because I don't have second chance yet. Second chance, I picked the staff at the beginning of the game, And that basically makes it where second chance I don't get it until I think level 90 or something. So at this point, we're just trying to lock off of Hercules, wait for him to taunt you where he starts doing this little buff move, grab a barrel and throw it at him. The third time you hit him with a barrel, he does get that little stun ability, or that stun on him. Right here, what I should be doing is I should be blocking those punches, and so if I wasn't jumping and I just took my time to block those punches, I would be doing a lot better right here. So, that was where he does his charge move. When he starts doing his charge move, I was able to parry it very luckily, but you could block it, and that'll also stun him for a couple of seconds. So after he does his spin move, you'll have a couple seconds. So that's the little Goku power-up move I was talking about. So again, I was locked onto him there, so I couldn't pick up a barrel, and that's something that happens all the time to me. Now he's going to get a little bit more aggro. He's going to be... Okay, so here is the charge move, and you will see I finally block it at some point. Or maybe I just spent forever. Okay, I spent too long getting my stuff up. But if you block that with guard, you'll stun him. And again, we just grab a barrel. We're heading back towards him. And you'll kind of learn the distance. Okay, here we go. Here's the final little charge he'll do. I finally get a block off on him. Get 14 tech points. Not bad. And we're able to finish him off real quick. We just got to wait for him to get done spinning. And you'll see right there that blocking the spin doesn't stop him from doing anything. But that's it. That's the entire Hercules Cup wrapped up in a bow. It's really simple. Blizzard is your friend here against the ads. And then against the bosses, patience and learning their moves. Against Cloud, you know, block those charges and block or dodge roll out of the way when he does a slam. And you shouldn't have any problems here. I can't wait to see you in the next episode where I do this cup solo. We also got the Herc Shield, which is fantastic. And we'll get the Olympia Keyblade when this cutscene's over.